If you haven't already realized, your mind is quite powerful. Well, extremely powerful. Let me give you a little example. A thought, or a purely made up figment of neurological creation, something, might I add, which is pretty damn amazing on its own, has the ability to trickle down through the figurative layers of the brain, stimulating a biochemical and physiological shift in cellular and metabolic activity, which has the ability to instantly, we're talking milliseconds, alter mood, attention, stress, metabolism, blood flow, digestion, and basically every other aspect of our bodily function. Yeah, which makes the idea of mastering our thoughts, or more realistically, getting a better grip on our mind, even more powerful, which is exactly what we're gonna attempt to do today. Wish us luck. Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another week of How to Health. My name is Kevin. I run liftingbalance.com, where we take aim at all things health and longevity and do it in an odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic way. Today we have everybody's favorite woo-woo, roll your eyes health intervention on the docket, and talking about why, if this is your stance, the last laugh may be on you. We are discussing the non-woo-woo powers of mindfulness and meditation, and specifically how it may be a more powerful intervention than previously perceived, or able to be previously scientifically proven. That is, of course, until randomized controlled trials like the one we're going to be reviewing today started to trickle through the woo-woo grapevine, which ever so elegantly displays its potential power in alleviating one of the most abundant conditions we modern humans face: pain, which I think we'd all agree is better living without. So before we get to this data and talk about some tactical ways to deploy a simple practice into your daily routine, some historical background is necessary, because we actually know quite a bit about this sitting down and doing nothing. Mainly because this meditation thing has been around for quite a while. In fact, a long time, with the first documented evidence of doing nothing dating back between 5000 and 3500 BC. And on this channel, we have a general rule. When things stick around that long, there's typically an interesting reason. But as we fast forward to modern day, the present use case is very much focused on attempting to mitigate and alleviate our monkey brain dilemma, or that nonstop, often stress-inducing internal narrative, which hops from fabricated fact to totally made up fact with no avail, oftentimes stirring up a biochemical mess which chronically activates the fight or flight nervous system, priming the body for cellular dysfunction and its resulting psychological, emotional, and physiological distress, which, might I add, ends up aging you faster. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good problem to try to tackle, because our modern monkey minds could use a chill pill. And that's exactly what meditation is proving to be, as when done consistently, it induces a deep state of relaxation and drives a much more tranquil, calm mind. And not only can you experience this firsthand by doing it, the scientific research continues to pile up on the topic, forming quite a list of positive associations, including being linked with helping people manage conditions such as anxiety, depression, stress, chronic pain, high blood pressure, irritable bowel syndrome, and sleep problems. However, it doesn't stop there. Adding to that, it has been observed to have emotional and cognitive benefits too, helping with gaining a new perspective on a situation, increasing self-awareness, reducing negative emotions, increasing imagination and creativity, which personally is one of my favorite parts, and improving patience and overall tolerance. All of which, if sold in a pill form, would make it the most popular and publicized drug in the world. But instead, it's just looked at as woo-woo, a label which hopefully this new study showing some really cool evidence in the brain can help rid. Researchers out of the University of California, San Diego sought to uncover if meditation really had the power to alleviate the feeling and experience of pain, or if it's just another one of those placebo phenomena where we trick ourselves into thinking it's really working, when in reality it's just the power of our own mind and belief driving the benefits. Which may just actually mean George Costanza was right. It's not a lie if you believe it. Way ahead of his time, but we digress. To do this, they leveraged the gold standard of human study designs, a randomized controlled trial, splitting 115 participants into one of 4 groups. A guided meditation group, a sham meditation group which consisted solely of deep breathing, a placebo group where participants applied petroleum jelly being convinced that it was pain-relieving cream, and a control group which only listened to an audiobook. I wonder which one. All of this was in preparation for a pain test, because after these 4 groups had their respective mindfulness time, they had a very hot but not dangerous stimuli applied to the back of their leg. Here, researchers monitored brain activity via a functional MRI, honing in to see if a meditative practice really made a difference in the pain experience. And I bet you wouldn't even be able to guess what happened. If you said something very interesting, you'd be right. Because researchers used a new multivariate pattern analysis technique, which allowed them to disentangle the many complex neural mechanisms underlying the experience of pain, they had a first-of-its-kind look into the many nuances which may be happening to really discern the potential differences. And they were not let down. Interestingly, they found that the placebo effect was in fact in full effect, as both the placebo cream and sham meditation were found to lower pain. However, it was the full-fledged meditation group which saw the most significant benefits. As they observed, it produced significant reductions in pain intensity and pain unpleasantness ratings, while also reducing brain activity patterns associated with pain and negative emotions, something the other interventions did not do. There may be something to this woo-woo stuff after all. Researchers seem to feel the same way, with one of the lead authors stating, by separating pain from thyself and relinquishing evaluative judgment, mindfulness meditation is able to directly modify how we experience pain in a way that uses no drugs, costs nothing, and can be practiced anywhere. Pretty cool. But how exactly does one go about doing this meditation thing? Well, it's quite simple and excruciating at the same time, because of the monkey mind, of course. But it all starts, at least from my perspective, with understanding that this is ultimately a tool for prevention, meaning you're likely not going to turn to meditation in the midst of a panic attack or while fighting off a siege of stress-triggering emails. Yes, it would be beneficial, but unless you're trained to do it, you're probably not going to go there naturally. This practice is most impactful when it's deployed daily and proactively. One of the main reasons why is because it makes you a better observer of your mind. And here's how. When you sit or lie down for a session of mindfulness meditation, the goal is to observe, accept, and detach. So you start by closing your eyes, regulating your breath to deep nasal belly breaths, and begin to observe the monkey mind in action. The key word being observe. Watching thoughts formulate and attempting to do the difficult task of not attaching to them or building on them. Instead, letting them dissolve off, so to be replaced by a new one. Doing this for 2 minutes a day, then for 5, making your way up to a peaceful 10 to 20 a day. And I won't lie to you, it's surprisingly hard. You're gonna get caught in thought quite a bit. Hell, I've been doing it for almost 10 years and I get caught in thought daily. However, becoming aware that you got caught in mindless thought and bringing yourself out of it is exactly the skill that makes a practice like this so beneficial. Because it's here you begin to baseline your mind, noting what type of unconscious repetitive thoughts may be behind driving certain emotional and stress-inducing reactions. And it's because of this mindfulness training, you become better equipped to catch yourself out in the wild. When your monkey mind begins bringing you down a non-productive, health-impacting path, being able to stop a negative, full-body, thought-provoked event before it happens. That right there is effing empowering. And I can speak from personal experience. It is crazy how often I now catch myself. And instead of allowing a full-fledged stress response to take over, I ask myself, is this worth my time, energy, and health to get all worked up about? Guess what? I haven't said yes to that once. 0% of the time. So I let it go and get right back to controlling what I can control. Now, mindfulness meditation is not the only option here. In fact, there are a lot of different techniques to meditate. Some focused on a phrase or mantra, some on breathing, and others guided, with no shortage of apps to help you get started. And that right there is the key here. Just get going. It's gonna be weird, awkward, hard, and you're gonna suck at it, but that's step one for everything. A good technique you can use to make this easier is habit stacking, or allocating a few minutes of meditation before or after something that you already do every single day. This could be before your morning coffee, after your daily workout, before bed, after lunch, before your morning interpretive dance, or after your opera solo in the shower. This will help you stay with it and stay consistent. And once you get past that awkwardness phase, it may actually become something you look forward to each day. There's only one way to find out. Oh, and I'd be doing you a disservice if I did not mention that this psychological and emotional health thing becomes a whole lot easier when you live a lifestyle which positively promotes the cellular function of your 5-pound mushy membrane. We're talking eating real whole nourishing foods, prioritizing high quality circadian aligned sleep, staying active and moving that badonkadonk each and every day, and getting out and about in the elements and environment we've evolved in for millions of primate years and have deep biological ties to, aka getting more nature. All while identifying and creating distance from those aforementioned triggers, which are designed to entice a strong emotional response and craving for more. Things like the 24/7 news cycle, nonstop social media scrolling, toxic relationships, people, and even jobs. At the end of the day, our physical, psychological, and emotional health are very much a byproduct of our environment. And anything we can do to influence the 5-pound mushy membrane of circuits which formulate the way we see and interpret the world to one of more positivity, optimism, good vibes, and straight up pleasure, the happier, more fulfilled, and healthy we'll be. Oh, and we'll actually be someone that other people want to be around. I mean, a healthy, happy, relaxed person is nothing more than a enlightened curmudgeon, right? Who knew? All we had to do was a little more of nothing.